everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna, and today we are going to be doing a budget with me for our paycheck we will be receiving on August 23rd. This will be our third paycheck for the month. This one was a hard budget for me, so we have been doing a lot of spending this month already, and we had to pull cash out of our cash envelopes to make up for some of that, but we did not have all of it, so I had to adjust our budget for how much we're going to be saving over the next 2 weeks. And so that was a challenge, trying to decide where I was not going to put money into. But we'll get into that more later on. Let's get started. For our total budget, we are working with $2,960, so $2,140 of that is going to be coming from our paychecks, and then we are pulling in some of our cash envelopes, and that is a total of $820. So we are going to first go through our bills, and we are only going to be budgeting for tithe and our AT&T bill. So our tithe is $280 and our AT&T bill is $170. So total bills, we have $450. So we've got $25.10 remaining. For our spending, let's go down to groceries, and we're going to budget about $130. We have been seeing a slight increase in our grocery budget. I typically can keep it between 80 to like maybe 100 110 a week. I've been budgeting between 120 and 130, and we haven't really been spending that, but I am foreseeing us probably to be spending the whole 130 because tomorrow we will be officially on 2 weeks of not dining out. So it feels incredible, but because we're not spending so much on dining out, our grocery budget is increasing, which is technically not a bad thing because it's probably healthier food for you, so it's a good thing. So we're gonna put in $130 for groceries. We're keeping our dining out at $0. For gas, I'm going to go ahead and budget $75. And for household, I'm going to budget $200. I am hoping we do not need that, but I'm going to keep it there just in case. I know we do need to replace some light bulbs, and so I'm not going to say we're going to spend $0, but I'm hoping it's not going to be the full $200. So our spending totaled $405. Let's take that from the $25.10 we had left over, and we're down to $2,105. So on the credit cards, on Best Buy, I had two two subscriptions. One was for my Microsoft program, and then the other, I guess, is for like repairs or maintenance for my computer. That was $200, which is ridiculous. And I didn't get charged for it last year, and I already have had my computer for 2 years, so it was an expense I was not expecting, but that totaled to $270. One second, I want to break these out right quick because I'm rounding, and so I want nice round numbers. Okay, yes, so it was 270.60. So I'm going to budget 271. So that's a bit ridiculous. I'm probably going to cancel that for next year. On our Amazon card, I had our Amazon Prime membership come out, and then I also bought some school supplies for our son. And then my niece and nephew had a birthday party, and so I got the birthday decorations for my sister, which she is going to be paying me back for that, so I am going to go ahead and budget it in and pay it off just so I can get the card paid off. And then when we receive that money, we'll bring it back into our budget. But for now, we have a balance of $495 on my Amazon card, so that needs to get paid off. For Capital One, so my Chase card got hacked, I guess. We had a fraud alert on it, and so we have been using Capital One. And so I have two charges on our Capital One card. One is we went and got our nails and toes done, and so that was an unbudgeted expense. And then my husband got a game card for him and the baby to play, and so we have a balance of $342 on that card. I took the $170 out of our family fun envelope, but the nails were unbudgeted, and so we are going to have to pick that up in the rest of the budget. And so Chase, before it was hacked, my husband had a subscription come out, so I did pull all of our money from our subscription envelope, and so that is going to pay for that. So in total, we have $1,185 on our credit cards we need to pay off. Some of that is coming from our rollover cash, and the rest will be pulled from our paycheck. So we had $2,105, and we need to deduct $1,185 from that, and that gives us $920 remaining. So for our 10K savings challenge, we are budgeting $150. For our two high yield savings accounts, they get $50 each, so that is $100. So that gives us a remaining $670 to put into our sinking funds. I am using the cash I pulled from our envelopes, and the money in our bank will just go to pay off the credit cards. And so I did have to reduce this a little bit, and next week when we do our fourth cash stuffing, we will see how much we still have to pay off on the cards before we can cash stuff anymore. We are planning to have a garage sale next weekend, so I am hoping that I will get a little bit of money in that, and it will recoup some of our additional spending. But if not, then we will decrease how much we are saving overall for the month. So to recap, Our budget was $29.60. We're applying $4.50 towards bills. Towards our variable spending, we are giving that $4.05. We are paying off $1,185 on our credit cards, and then we are saving $920. And that gives us our zero-based budget. So for our sinking funds, I pretty much did the categories that I wanted to make sure we were able to stuff, and anything else that wasn't necessarily a high priority, I guess you could call it, I have pushed until next week to make sure that we can cover our expenses for this month. So this is going to be for our check on the 23rd, and we are going to be pulling cash of $670 plus $150. So that is going to be $820. And I am using the cash I have on hand. I am not going to the bank, so this may be another funny cash stuffing, but I am praying that it all works out. So for our 10K savings challenge, we have $150. So we'll need a $100 and a $50. Car registration is getting $5. That's $15. Home is getting $100. That's a $100. Medical is getting $15. So that's a $10 and a $5. New cell phones. I could have pushed that till next week, but that's all right. We'll do a $10. Christmas is getting its last $100 for the month. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that got stuffed. Father's Day is going to get $15. So that's a $10 and a $5. Date night is going to get $80. That's a $50, a $20, and a $10. Anniversary is going to get $25, which is a $20 and a $5. Our son is going to get $10, so that's a $10. School activities is going to get $15, so that's a $10 and a $5. For our new home savings, I'm giving it an additional $120, but it's going to be the $5, $10, and $20 savings challenges. So I am breaking that out into 4 5s, 2 10s, and 4 20s. And then our last category is extracurriculars, and it is getting $25. So we did spend for school supplies, which I think I need to add an envelope for that. Excuse me. I am currently building up a new list because I would like to get new envelopes, and so I think I want to split. I have an envelope for school activities, but I kind of pictured that more as when he was in preschool, he needed like they did a whole Wizard of Oz thing, and so he needed a costume for, he was Oz, the Great Wizard, and so he needed a costume for that, and so that's kind of what I figured as school activities and not necessarily school supplies. I think I want to split them. He will be homeschooling, but like I had actually bought him like workbooks, you know, pens, pencils, things like that. I may keep them separate and keep this more towards like activities he's going to do. Like my husband plans on taking him on field trips, and so stuff like that would be pulling from this category, and then actual supplies would be pulling from another envelope. So, but I want to get me a list going before I make a purchase for that. So let's go ahead and count what we need. So we need 3 100s, which is 300. We need 2 50s, that's 100. We need 4, 5, 6, 7 20s, which is 140. We need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10s, which is 80, and then we need 10 5s, which is 50, right? Ugh. My brain is ready for a break. I do math all day, and so it's ready for not having to do math. Okay, so that's perfect. That is our 670. Oh wait, it's supposed to be 820. I think I messed up again. Yep, so I'm technically only stuffing 520 in our envelopes, and plus the 150 would be the 670 cash. So our budget is not correct then. So this 670 should have included the 150. So we're only saving 520 towards our sinking funds, which means we're only putting 770 towards savings. So our total budget for this paycheck is probably only going to be $28.10. Okay, y'all. I told y'all I have been having fun with this budget this week. So, trying to account for all of our spending, and then we overspent, which is throwing off my budget, and so it has been a wild one. But we should be good, because at the end of the month, I will make sure our credit cards go back down to 0, and then I will readjust how much we're saving in the last week. So that may change for next week, but for this week, we are good. So all right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. I do appreciate it, and stay tuned for our cash stuffing coming up next. So I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.